It's time now for sport. I am pleased to announce Kedevan Gorjestani is here. The Champions League returns this Tuesday with 2 games left in the group stages. Kedevan, it's always great to see you. Tell us about the football.
Well, day 5 of the Champions League, and still a lot of teams that could qualify for the knockout stages. Leicester are among those who could qualify this Tuesday. A draw at home against Club Brugge in Group G is all they need, but the Foxes aren't exactly in great form these days. Forward Islam Slimani, Nampalys Mendy, and Ben Chilwell are all still sidelined with injuries, and they have gone 4 games without a win in all competitions. So Leicester are now currently 14th in the Premier League, just 2 points clear of relegation, and qualifying for the knockout stages of the Champions League with a game to spare would give them a little bit of breathing room. Take a listen.
Yes, could be good. This our focus is this. Now try to win tomorrow, and now next step, and go back in Premier League and try to improve our table.
Now let's take a listen to take a look at all of the fixtures for Tuesday in Group F. Real Madrid need a draw at Sporting to join Dortmund in the last 16, and watch out for Cristiano Ronaldo in that game, because if he scores 2 goals against his boyhood club, then he'll become the very first player to score 100 goals in the Champions League. Group E still wide open with all 4 teams still in contention, and Sevilla will take on Juventus in Group H in the clash of that group, with the winner through to the knockout stages, while Lyon must win at Zagreb to keep their hopes alive. Meanwhile, in England, Gareth Southgate went through a 3-hour-long interview for the permanent England manager's job. The 46-year-old, who has just finished a 4-game stint as the interim manager following Sam Allardyce's departure, was the only candidate. The job is reportedly his, but there will be no official announcement before the end of the month when it is ratified by an FA board meeting. Southgate has led England to the top of their World Cup qualifying group with wins against Malta and Scotland, and a goalless draw in Slovenia. England's next qualifier is in March, and that will be at home against Lithuania. Now, moving from football to the land of soccer, Jurgen Klinsmann, well, it's over for him as head coach of the U.S. national team. The German coach had been in charge since 2011 and was under contract for another 2 years. During that time, he led Team USA out of the group of death in the 2014 World Cup to reach the last 16, then finished 4th in the 2016 Copa America Centenario held in the United States. But recent losses in the World Cup qualifiers seem to have cost him his job. The U.S. can technically still qualify for the 2018 World Cup, but back-to-back defeats against Mexico and Costa Rica have put them last in the CONCACAF qualifying group. No replacement has been named yet, but according to U.S. media reports, U.S. Soccer has been in talks with former coach Bruce Arena about a possible return. Now, the International Olympic Committee's retesting campaign on samples from the 2008 and 2012 Olympics has brought to light new cases of doping. The IOC named 7 medalists from the London Games who have been stripped of their results. There was 1 gold medalist among them, steeplechase champion Yulia Zaripova of Russia, who tested positive for steroids. The other athletes to lose their medals, silver or bronze, were all weightlifters, both male and female. 2 Russians, 2 Moldovans, 1 Belarus, and 1 Armenian. The IOC, who has retested about 1,200 samples from 2008 and 2012, and has so far found nearly 100 positive samples, with more likely to be released in coming weeks. The IOC also looking now to possibly retest samples from the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi. And we finish with the latest from the Vendée Globe at the 10 p.m. rankings. Alex Thompson, he was still very much ahead, with second-placed Sébastien Josse nearly 90 miles behind, and Armel Lecléache another 10 miles back. These 3 skippers and the next 4 are racking up the miles in perfect weather conditions, and they should be reaching the Cape of Good Hope by Friday, with Thompson likely making it there in a record time. We'll, of course, keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, the 20 other skippers, well, they are now stuck in light and changing winds. They are likely to spend an extra 3 days to get to the South African milestone. And by that time, they will be more than 2,000 miles behind the leaders. But for them, it's not about winning. It's about making that great trip around the world.
It is absolutely astonishing what they do, isn't it? And the mental
Impressive.
strength
Yeah.
you must need to actually sort of not crack up doing that. It's phenomenal stuff. Kerevan, thank you very much indeed. Kerevan Gojestani with all the sport.